Welcome back to Ice Cream Sundays. My name is Tara, and each week I'll be sharing a different ice cream recipe with you. This week I'm recreating Jeni's Gooey Butter Cake Ice Cream. It's a cream cheese ice cream layered with crumbles of vanilla cake and a caramel butterscotch swirl. So the first thing I'm going to work on is the butterscotch sauce. So I'm just adding all of my ingredients into a pan over medium-high heat. And I'm going to let that simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's thickened. Then I'm going to transfer that into a heat-proof container to cool while I work on the rest of the components. Starting on the cream cheese custard, I'm going to whisk together my egg yolks and my sugar until it's smooth and fluid. In a sauce pot over medium-high heat, I'm going to add my milk, cream, and salt, and I'm going to allow that to come up to a simmer before I start to temper the egg yolk mixture. And I'm making sure to whisk in that hot cream mixture little at a time to ensure that I don't scramble the yolks. Then I'll transfer that mixture back into the pot until the mixture has thickened. At this point, I'll turn off the heat and then I'll start to mix in my cream cheese until I get a smooth mixture. Once the cream cheese is fully incorporated, I'm going to transfer that into a bowl that I have fitted over an ice bath, and I'm pouring that through a strainer so that the final product is as smooth as possible. Then I'll stir in my vanilla and I'll set this aside to cool completely before adding it to the ice cream machine. For the cake component, I'm using this butter cake recipe by Cakes by MK here on YouTube. And you can use whatever cake you like. You can use store-bought cake, you can make a box cake, whatever cake you prefer. And I'm just cutting this into small cubes and I'm going to throw this into the freezer just so the cake doesn't crumble up too much when I add it to the ice cream. And once the cake was frozen, I did rough chop them into smaller pieces before I added it to the ice cream, just because I wanted a smaller portion of cake for each bite. Now that everything is cooled, it's time to churn the ice cream. So I'm just adding that custard base into my ice cream mixer. And I think I let this go for about 30 minutes until I got this consistency. You do have the option to add the cake pieces into the ice cream while it's mixing, but I really didn't want a bunch of crumbs throughout the mixture, so I decided to go the layering route. I just started with a layer of ice cream, and then I did a ribbon of the butterscotch sauce, and then I added some of the cake pieces, and then I just repeated that until I got to the top of the container. But this is very customizable. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. So whatever you feel like you want to do, if you want larger pieces, if you want more crumbs, if you want more butterscotch, however you want to layer this is really up to you. And this recipe yielded me about 1.5 quarts of ice cream. Then I just allowed that to hang out in the freezer overnight until it fully set up. And here's how it looked when I went to scoop it the following day. As always, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Ice Cream Sundays. I hope you enjoy this week's recipe and I hope you try some of these. And please make sure you like this video, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.